Hey everyone, this is Nick from Mecha Warehouse, and today I'm back with weekly update number 40. So let's just jump right into it and get started with week in review. This is the part where I talk about what happened this week, things that are coming up, stuff like that. There's two main things going on, I think, that are worth talking about, or two main categories. The first is content. Tuesday this week, a couple days ago, we posted our first second video of the week in a long time. Way back when I first had a video editor helping me out, we were putting out like 2 pieces of content a week, and now we're going to try to go back to doing 2. Week in review will remain on Fridays, and then probably something else on Tuesday for the time being, and see if we can get our legs underneath us doing that consistently, and then look at maybe adding some more. So tour is up. Hopefully you checked it out. If not, you can head over there. Maybe I'll actually remember to put the card up here or whatever to give you the link to that video. But check that out. If you've ever wondered how things are, set up here in the warehouse, we've done tours in the past. The last one was in October last year. So a lot's changed since then. A lot of new shelving units, a lot of new furniture. Everything's kind of different in a lot of ways. So it's worth checking out. Might be kind of cool to see behind the scenes. We've got a bunch of other content coming though. Next week we'll be posting a contest announcement for our next big build contest. I'm not going to share any more details other than that, other than I think you'll like it. It's going to be as big or bigger than Grunt Destruction was last year, hopefully bigger, and should be a lot of fun. We also have a vlog episode that we're still working on editing that should be coming out probably the week after that. And then we were going to try to sit down and shoot like a behind the scenes, meet the minion kind of video with someone here in the warehouse. And it didn't end up happening yesterday for some logistical reasons and technical reasons, I guess, trying to figure out how to do audio for that. But we will likely be shooting that in the next week or two and posting that up next. So a lot of content coming. Got a lot of ideas for content, and hopefully we'll be able to get into a good rhythm doing that regularly. The other one I'm going to talk about, the other big topic of the day, I guess, I'm going to talk about DSPIAE in a moment in the restock section, because we got DSPIAE restocking this week. But I thought it was interesting and worth mentioning, and I've already talked to DSPIAE about this, I'm pretty sure. They're going to be taking care of me on it. They're usually pretty good about stuff. But DSPIAE 3.0 nippers, we got 2 of them came in without any plastic wrap on the box, which was kind of weird. Usually they are sealed, and out of curiosity, I opened the box the other day just to make sure everything was there, because not sealed, the box was like half falling open. And I opened the box to be greeted by this. So normally there is a nipper cover right here, which is, kind of an important piece. And then when you pull off this top, you're supposed to have a nipper and a little tool up here. And obviously both are gone. So I'm assuming somebody in customs, or maybe it was the shipping company, somebody along the way decided that they were going to take those items, which was disappointing. It's really interesting. I'm glad I found it before we shipped it out, because that would have been very frustrating for somebody, myself included. But I thought that was kind of an interesting little thing that happened. Hopefully that won't happen again, and we'll figure out what happened. But at the very least, it's not going to affect any of you guys. So with that said, I'm going to keep moving on. Let's talk about pre-orders. So pre-orders this week, I think these are all new this week. We added a few items to the website for pre-orders, mostly Kotobukiya, but one Bandai product as well. Kotobukiya, we now have the Liger X and the Liger Empire version, Liger Zero X, Liger Zero Empire version, or something like that. I'm not too into Zoids, so I don't remember them off the top of my head exactly what they are, but they're probably popping up here on screen and looking all cool and stuff. So those are available for pre-order, including the, I think there's an armor set or something that you might be able to use to convert one to the other, or to convert another Liger to one of these or something. We also got 2 new Hexagear kits available for pre-order. I think Trackdown and Sneak Sight, if I remember correctly. Kind of animal look. I mean, a lot of Hexagear stuff looks kind of like Zoids and has that animal look. Kind of interesting looking kits. Those are available for pre-order. And then a Brave Police J Decker or something like that. I have no idea what Brave Police is other than it's some sort of show or manga or something. Interesting design, a little bit different from a lot of the Gundam designs. Maybe worth checking out. And finally, Bandai Converge Series 22. We're going to start getting into carrying Converge. They're like little statues pretty much. I think there's several pieces you put together maybe. So if you want to pre-order those are up on the site. Do note though, Converge is a set. So usually Converge are like little boxes. You can buy a set that will have, 10 items in it or something like that. I forget the quantity for here. There's like 8 in the series, so you'll have a couple duplicates. We also can sell, we're planning on selling them individually. We have a limitation on the website right now that I'm trying to resolve that's making it hard to post pre-orders for items that are variations like that, the way we have it listed on the website. So if you only want, 1 or 2 from the set or something, send me a DM and I can help you out with that. Otherwise, if you want to go through the website, you're stuck with the full set, which might be what you want, might not be. So that's it for pre-orders. Let's move on to restocks. Restocks are really exciting this week. We've got a few really cool kits, but the big thing is DSPIAE. So DSPIAE is a tool manufacturer. They're very quickly becoming the leader, it seems like, in the gunpla model tool space. Their packaging is typically amazing. They've got a really nice out-of-box feel, as you can kind of tell from that nipper I opened up earlier that it wasn't there, but there's nice foam in there. The inside of the boxes, they seem solid, and their products are really good. Their nippers are supposed to be pretty much as good as the God Hand nippers and much less expensive. So they seem to be bridging that gap between really good quality and affordable prices, and it's worth taking a look at most of what they got. So let's go through a few of the things they have. We had, I think, 100 and something line items between all the small little, like different push broaches, chisels, drill bits, things like that, and all the other big stuff. But I'll go over some of the highlights. They've got ATTH is back in stock. This is a handle for their push broaches. They do have a set as well. I'm not sure if I have the set in the stack here, but I think we have the set in stock. They've got some cool, I guess that's not the right side to show. They got some cool, I don't know what you call it. This is ATPR. This is a base for their push broaches. Obviously their nipper we already talked about. I'll go on from there, but their nippers are supposed to be really good. We have their new, the magnetic paint mixer. So let's see if there's a picture on here. Not a great one. Tiny little picture there. Maybe we'll try to get some pictures of some of these on the website. It's basically a little stand. You put a little magnetic piece in your jar of paint and it will spin it and mix your paint for you. And I think those will be coming with bottles. They sent some bottles to send out with them. I did not get very many of these. These will sell out like that. I should have gotten more. I didn't realize they'd be really popular, but I have a feeling they're going to be more popular than I expected. They've got various circle cutters if you want to cut circles out of like masking tape, for example. This one's the entry level stepless adjustment circular cutter. They've got a fancier cutter as well. They've got a cool hand drill, basically a pin vise set. You can buy bits separately as well. They've got some cool racks, just cement holders for holding your plastic cement and those kind of bottles. The multi-angle grinder, so they've got a tool that will let you adjust an angle if you want to sand at a very particular angle. They also have tools for like photo etch, bending photo etch parts and the like. The other big one though is their vise, table vise. Last 2 times we've had these, they've sold out super fast. First time, in minutes, second time in maybe an hour or 2. We've continuing to buy more each time. I expect these to go pretty fast. We hopefully have enough for them to last maybe later into the day. I don't know. I'm not sure how many people out there still need them. But if you want one, I wouldn't wait super long on it because they might not last more than a few hours. They're basically a weighted vise that you can adjust the head on it to help hold your piece, great for decals and things like that. We also have their sanding sponge sets back in stock. Why these seem washed out. These are pretty cool. They actually come with these nice plastic cases. They've got some pre-cut sandpaper sets that are out now. And the other brand new one on the market, well, a couple brand new, they got these boxes. So if you've seen their paints come in these plastic boxes like this. They've got various sizes of plastic storage container boxes, which are pretty cool if you need stuff to organize, supplies, tools, things like that. The highlights being this one, which is basically the same plastic case that their sponge sets come in. You can see the size here is a perfect match. You can even see it on the back. So if you have their sponges and want a way to organize things like that, those are nice little organizer boxes. This one is, I think, the same as their moisture palette. I think it's called the moisture palette. They basically have a wet palette for hand painting. Same kind of box right there. So if you've ever had one of their boxes and thought, oh, I'd really like this as a separate item, that's now an option. The other really big one is we got some of their curing ovens in. They are not cheap, especially because they are large and heavy, and we have to factor that in because we're going to be paying for the shipping mostly ourselves. Because of the way our shipping structure works, we will not be shipping them out of the continental US. If you want one and you're outside the continental US, let me know, but I think that shipping price will be prohibitively expensive, and I can't factor that into the price, but I'm willing to work with you if you're interested. I only got like 3 of them in because they're huge, they're really expensive, and I don't think they're going to sell super fast, but I have had more than 3 people ask me about them, I think, so who knows, they could go pretty quick. We'll see what happens there. So that's kind of it for DSPIAE. We've got some Infini restocking as well. The one item of note is their softback sanding sponge stick set. This is probably the most popular Infini item. We were out of stock, got some more in. They're a great sanding tool kind of company. We've got a ton of their stuff. That's the one that seemed to fly last time, so we got a bunch more. So if you need another set, or if you need just a few of those grits and sizes and whatever to restock, we have those individual as well. But moving on to kits, so we've got only a handful of kits in. We got the SD Gundam World Heroes SD kits, the 3 that are out so far back in stock. I think one of these we've had in stock, the other 2 sold out maybe, or really close to selling out. So we got a few more of those. But the 2 big ones that I'm really excited about, Real Grade Wing, these sold out really fast last time. I got a whole bunch in this time, so we should be good for a while. But if you are sad that you missed out before, now's your chance to grab a Real Grade Wing. The other one that I'm really excited about is High Grade Moon Gundam. This is probably, by most people's estimation, the best high grade that's ever been made. It's a super detailed, large kit, and one of the reasons it's considered one of the best high grades of all time is because it's atypical for a high grade. The level of detail, size, structure, the way it's put together, all that stuff kind of makes it better than average. I'm really excited to have a whole lot of those in stock as well this time. I don't know how fast they'll go, but it is a really popular kit, so if you've been wanting one for your backlog, now's a great time to grab one while they're available. I don't know when they're coming back. 2 other kits we're restocking. I think both of these we have in stock, at least as of this morning or last night, whenever I looked last. Juggernaut long-range cannon type. We've got a bunch of these now, so this is from that new Series 86. And then, of course, one of my favorites, High Grade Heavy Arms. We restocked this last week. We were just about out of stock last I checked. We might even be out of stock by Friday morning when we restock them. But so if you still haven't grabbed one yet, now's a great chance to grab one. And we got them back. So I think that's pretty much it for restocks. Let's do Q&A. This is the part of the video where I answer questions from you, the viewer. If you have a question about me, Mecha Warehouse, Gunpla, business, anything that you're really curious about, I'd be more than happy to try to answer it. Just post a question down in the comments below and I will get to it hopefully next week. So I've got, I think, only 2 questions this week. First one is from teenhamodic. Question about the site logistics. If I have something in my cart, is that similar to real life where I have dibs on it and unless I remove it, it's on hold? Or does the website work in the way where the first at checkout is the winner chicken dinner? Asking because Akatsuki was gone before I can blink. Oh, I almost forgot about Akatsuki. Akatsuki sold out so fast last week. We only had 11 on the site because one was damaged. Those 11 that we got in, 7 of them sold before I had a chance to post on Discord, which is the first thing I post after, literally 2 minutes after I post the restocks and new additions and everything. 7 out of those 11 were gone before I could even tell anybody that they were on the website, and the other ones probably were gone like a minute after that. They sold out so fast. But anyway, Akatsuki went fast. Site logistics. So I believe that we do not, the website does not give you dibs for putting it in your cart. It's whoever checks out first. I had to look this up because I wasn't totally sure. I've seen what seems like available inventory quantities change. I think that was on pre-orders though, prior to checkout, but I believe it is after you check out. So if you go add a lot of things to your cart and wait a while and there's that really popular item that you want, you might miss out on your chance. That's fundamentally a Shopify thing. That's how Shopify works. There might be ways to modify that, but I think the arguments I saw when I was researching this came down to the fact that those put it in your cart hold features have often been abused on a lot of websites historically, and so they don't do that to avoid somebody holding stock without the intent to actually buy and kind of screwing everybody else up. So maybe not the answer you wanted, but I believe that's how it works. Next question is from Kermie. I noticed that besides Mecha Warehouse, a few other Gunpla stores use UPS exclusively. Is there a benefit to shipping UPS over USPS or FedEx? And if not, would you offer alternative shipping options that may be more cost efficient if there are any? So we use USPS and UPS. Those are our two shipping carriers that we use. Typically small items will go USPS and our larger orders will go UPS. And that sometimes depends on how far they're going, which one they go, but basically, we're trying to find the least expensive option that will get it there in a reasonable amount of time. Typically, in terms of shipping contracts or whatever you want to call it with a shipping carrier, the shipping carrier will give you a discount based on how much volume you do, how many packages you send. So deciding to allow UPS and FedEx means that your shipping might be divided between 2 carriers, and both will probably charge you more than if you picked just one and put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. It's kind of unfortunate in a lot of ways because it'd be nice to be able to compare and contrast both on every item you send. But that's why most shops are going to pick one or the other, because it's going to allow them to have a stronger position to negotiate better rates. For us, we actually use Shopify for our store, and Shopify provides discounts for the shipping carriers that you use. And so the Shopify UPS rate is the best rate that we have seen so far, and it's better than where we're in a position to negotiate directly so far. I think that may change in the near future, maybe, but when we've tried it in the past, the differences were quite extreme, and I would need them to give me a much better rate, especially out of the gate, than to burn a bunch of money on overpaying for shipping in order to convince them that I'm doing that business, because I'm clearly doing a good amount of business, I think. So that's kind of the answer there. It would be awesome to be able to provide alternatives and stuff like that, but basically for any of those smaller packages, our shipping cost is basically what we charge, give or take. It's an estimate, it's not exact, so there's always going to be some variation there. And then on larger packages, we're eating a lot of the shipping cost anyway. So if you want to save on shipping, order big boxes for the most part. So I think that rounds out the video. So if you have a question, post it down in the comments below. I'll hopefully answer it next week. I think that's all we got today. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Later.